Hello and welcome everybody to another Final Fantasy draft. I am Paul Cheon and today we are doing our second Final Fantasy draft. Big shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me early access to this wonderful, wonderful set. Now before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes of Final Fantasy or some singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, or Commander decks, go to TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, for everything you need for your upcoming pre-release event, or your live event, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, let's hop straight in. We drafted a really sweet spells deck previously. Let's see what we can do this time around. Summon Brynhildir. 2 mana for 2/1. Chain. Exile the top card of your library. During any turn, you may put a lore counter on this saga to play this card. Gestalt. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste. This seems like a really good aggressive card. It replaces itself, or rather, it lets you draw a card, and then it gives your next 2 creatures haste. I want to try this. You know, I'm feeling some beatdowns. We had a nice control deck previously. Prompto Argentum. By the way, this just looks like Cloud, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't follow Final Fantasy that much. I did play Final Fantasy VII a lot, but 2 mana for a 2/2 haste creature. When you cast a non-creature spell, if it's a 4-drop, you get a treasure, which is fine. Zidane is a pretty good aggressive card. 5 mana for a 3/3. You threaten something, and it gets lifelink and haste, and you get a treasure. And I don't think any of the commons really come close here. I do like Call the Mountain Chocobo, though, but you better believe I'm taking the rare saga this early in the format, right? We gotta take this. Okay, what is this? 3 mana for 2/3 Death Touch. Okay, I'm in. Boast. Target player searches their library for a card. Oh, you get to vamp? So 3 mana for a 2/3 and you get to vamp. Death Touch. Okay, Darkness Crystal I actually don't like very much, so I don't think I want to take that. I just think it's too slow in draft. Magitech Armor. 4 mana for a 1/1. A 4 mana for a 4/4 Crew 1. Artifact Vehicle. And I get to make a hero token. Okay. Evil Reawakened I don't care too much for. Cornered by Black Mages is pretty good. It's a pretty good Edict effect and you get an 0/1. Ignis Scientia is the best card, but it doesn't really go well with my first pick. That doesn't mean I shouldn't take it, but I'm going to take the Magitech Armor. Like, this reminds me a lot of Broadcast Rambler, except it costs 1 mana less. So let's take this and then just kind of see where things go. Like, I can end up in the Artifact deck. I can end up just any different direction. I'd like to be red if possible. Summon Esperema is good in a spells deck, but we don't have a good spell star right now. There's a side quest, Hunt the Mark, which is pretty interesting. Especially in a red-black deck with a lot of removal, it's pretty easy to flip this, so I'm kind of interested in side quest Hunt the Mark. Colosseum Behemoth is a good creature to ramp into. Had I taken the 1 blue-green 2/2 that lets me ramp, this could have been interesting. And then none of the commons look all that good. Hectize can be okay. But yeah, let's take the side quest here. Hunt the Mark. This was pretty good the first time we played it in our black-white deck. All right, okay, well, this card is really good, I think. Summon Fenrir, 3 mana for 3/2. You get to search for a land, put it into play tapped. That's already good. And then you get to put a counter on your next creature, and then you draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest. Yeah, I mean, this card is an awesome saga. Look, we're just trying to figure out our lane. Red doesn't seem to be it. Green seems pretty open. Adalbert Steiner is pretty good, too, if you're like a red-white or blue-white equipment deck. But I think this is just by far the best card in the pack. So let's take Summon Fenrir. And now I regret everything that I did previously, just because I see such a good green card here. But now all of a sudden we are back to artifacts. What is happening here? Obviously this is early in the format, but like now it's like, is blue white open? I'm not seeing a black card or a green card. There's Delivery Moogle and Titus Blitzball Star. I think I'm just going to take the Moogle. This is just a 5th color And this card is actually just good even if you're not blue-white, as long as you can find some cheap equipment to play in your deck. And it's a 3/2 flyer. White seems open here from this pack. But yeah, let's figure out where we need to be. This is Stroke of Midnight, and that's not particularly strong. Sleep Magic is very good. Okay, we found our lane, I think. Blue-white, certainly very, very open. There's Sid, Timeless Artificer, and Sleep Magic, both of which are fantastic. I think this card's probably better. It's literally a 1-mana removal spell. Sid, artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+. Yeah, I'm going to take Sleep Magic. I think this is just a premium removal spell. I do like Sid. I think Sid is pretty solid. But this card, it's straight up just 1-mana kill a thing. So blue and white certainly seem very, very open from what we've seen. What does this do? Nature's Claim. Realm Sketching is also a card I like. It's basically Clone as a sorcery, right? Which is pretty nice. Scorpion Sentinel, I don't care for. Yeah, let's take the Clone spell. Yeah, blue and white. Okay. I mean, we could be blue and green as well. We'll see. All right, what does this do? Wall of Omens? Okay, I'll take Wall of Omens. Yeah, I'm in for Wall of Omens. Yeah, blue and white, they're certainly seen open. Retrieve the Esper is filler level, and we have a bunch of 4-mana cards already. Crossroads Village is a decent mana fixer, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm in for a Wall of Omens. 2-mana 0/4, draw a card? Yes, please. All right, but noting that blue and white tend to be the artifact colors, so we just have to be mindful of that. So I'm going to take White Mage's Staff. This is just a 2-mana 2/2 that attacks and gains you a life, and is something that I can search for with the Moogle and as an artifact. Restoration Magic is a fine combat trick, but I just think the White Mage's Staff is just more of what you want in the blue-white deck. So let's take that and move on. Green also seems open. Like Balam T Rexar is very good. You're Not Alone is like, it's a combat trick, but not something that I love in this type of deck. I think Magic Damper is like, blue-white's generally not trying to go wide in general. So I think I'm going to take Magic Damper because I just feel like this is going to have a little more value here as a trick. Here we have Crystal Fragments. What do you do? It's an equipment. 1 to equip. I'll take the Moogle. I don't think this is particularly strong by the... Ooh, I'll take Gallicat. I don't know how good this card is, but we're going to see. I'm not taking a 7-drop artifact. Now I kind of wish I took the 1-mana card, but... Anyways, we are... blue-white artifacts is clearly where we need to be. Hopefully the Titus doesn't make it so that the person we pass to is not ends up in artifacts. What does Golbez do? 2 mana for 1/4. Whenever an artifact you control enters Surveil 1, at the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power. Oh, okay. So that lets you grave dig every turn? That's nice. There's also Rook Turret, but I don't really want to first pick that. Okay, I'm going to take this. If I get some mana fixing, maybe this could be cool. I mean, it's certainly a good artifact payoff. And I just don't think I'm missing out on too much here by passing a Rook Turret, just because there's so many good 4s in this type of archetype. So artifact, this finds an artifact, this is an artifact. Okay, blue-white, let's see. Hopefully we get all of the signpost cards. Yeah, and I'm very happy with this Sleep Magic pick, because if I took Sid, that's just another 4-drop, right? Oh, please be good! Cloud Midgar Mercenary. When the Cloud enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. As long as it's equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers an additional. I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/1 that finds an equipment. I have one already. That's just good. It just literally replaces itself. So I think I'm going to take that. Quistis Treep. You get to cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Yeah, that's pretty good. What do you do? Deadly Dispute. Sure. Lionheart. Deals 2 damage. I mean, I'm taking Cloud. Come on. It's my favorite character in Final Fantasy. All right. Can we get a Buster Sword just one time? Can we live the dream? Just Cloud for Buster Sword? That would be insane. All right, so I do have to be mindful of the fact that this costs double white, right? So because this costs double white, you know, if I see a double blue card like this, that'll be like a tiebreaker type situation for me. Joshua, Phoenix is dominant. 3 mana for 3/4. When it enters, you discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. And then you can transform this into a 4/4 flying lifelinker that pings them twice. This card seems ridiculous. If you can flip it. Travel the Overworld doesn't seem good. There is a Dreams of Laguna. Huh. Is this worth splashing? Ugh. I'm just going to take Dreams of Laguna. I don't think... like, with a double white card, I think I'm less likely to splash, and I think this card is just pretty decent in general, so let's take that. Like, I want to just really lean into the blue-white stuff. Fang. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you draw a card and lose a life. That's really good in black-green. Sandworm. It's a nice beater. I'm looking at Ice Magic versus Retrieve the Esper. Retrieve the Esper is just so replaceable, and I can get it for free. Ice Magic, I think, is premium, so let's take that as a removal spell. Here we have Gallicat versus Rook Turret, and I'm just going to keep taking Gallicats here and hope that I get enough artifacts. Also, just getting 4 mana. The 4 mana slot, I feel like, is just very crowded, so I'd rather just take the 3-drop here. But you really need a lot of artifacts for this actually to be good, so maybe it was incorrect. We'll see. Ignis Scientia. I can't say any of these card names. Adventure. So blue-white certainly cut off from this side. So Isaiah is in blue-white. Almost for sure. That was not a good English. Do I take this combat trick? Or do I take the Ice Flan? Whatever. I'll take the combat trick. I mean, these are all like replacement level cards. There's a Monk's Fist. That's another artifact. 2-drop. I think it's better than Scorpion Sentinel. That's a late Zidane. There's also a Poison the Waters. There's also a blue-black land for the Golbez, but I think I just need good, just random cheap artifacts for my deck. So let's just take a Monk's Fist. It's not, I mean, it's much worse than White Mage's Staff, but I just need to hit a certain number of artifacts for my deck to actually function, I think. Well, a bunch of random green cards here. Nothing I really want. I guess I'll take a green-white land in case I'm going to need to splash. But unlikely to play it. We really got cut off in pack 2. Really got cut off. Ultimisia double black is just impossible to pull off. Because if I play black, I'm going to be splashing it. So I think I'm just going to take this Looter over a second Moogle. This is kind of a rough draft. Just feels like artifacts really got cut off here. Lionheart, when this equipment enters, it deals 2 damage. Hold on, let me see. Whatever, I'm going to take it because it's an artifact. It doesn't look that good. But, look, we're locked in. We're locked in. I mean, this is just a case of 2 people sitting next to each other. This is what happens when 2 people who are sitting next to each other don't play nice with each other. You just get... both people just end up taking a lot of power away from each other. I feel like we pivoted into the right colors, but it might have been a little late. So the person that we're passing to ended up taking a bunch of blue and white cards. Oh, look at this pack. What does this do? If you would draw a card, okay, this is Lab Maniac. That doesn't do anything. But both of these rares are really nice. Memories Returning just gives you a bunch of cards. But the Lunar Whale, I've already played with this. I want to try this card. First of all, it's an artifact, which is great. 4 mana for a 3/5 flyer. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as a Lunar Whale attacked, you may play the top card of your library. So if you ever attack with this thing, it's Future Sight. That is awesome. Let's play Lunar Whale. Can you save my draft? Oh, Searching for Lionheart is pretty good here. All right, anyways, moving on. Pack 3, pick 2. What is this? It's a land that also can be an adventure, but it's not blue or white. There's Adalbert Steiner, and we have 1, 2, 3 equipment. Marshall would be happy that I said Steiner, by the way. Paladin's Arms is whatever. There's also White Aura Sight, which is pretty interesting. It's a good removal spell. It costs 4 mana, though. I'm going to take the Steiner here just because it's a 2-drop. I do think the Aura Sight is pretty nice, but I think just being able to curve out nicely, have some lifelink, and I do have some equipment, makes this pretty nice. All right, moving on to pack 3, pick 3. There's another White Aura Sight, which is interesting for our deck, but there's also Minwu White Mage. When you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric you control. Is this a cleric? No. This turns it into a cleric. I have how many clerics? Okay, I have literally no clerics, but I want to try it. Look, the Aura Sight might be the pick, but I want to try the Minwu. Actually, I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. No. I don't have that much life gain. I don't have enough life gain. I have Gaelic Cats. I need a removal. I feel like that 5-drop for the most part is a 5-mana 3/3 lifelinker. I just didn't have enough clerics. All right, here we have Poo Poo UFO. I don't have towns, so this is no good. There's Weapons Vendor. It's kind of slow. I don't have a lot of 4. I'm going to take Combat Tutorial. I actually have a good number of 3-mana plays here, 2-mana plays, and I think Combat Tutorial is a nice follow-up, like a turn 3 play, to follow up what I play on turn 2. All right, here there's another White Aura Sight, which I will take. And at least our removal's looking decent. What do you do? Okay. Why do they even print this? It just doesn't do anything. All right, I'm going to take Ice Magic here. Just a really solid removal spell. Our removal's looking quite nice now. 2 Ice Magics, 2 White Aura Sights, and a Sleep Magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I do like where I am with that. Magic Pot. When this dies, make a treasure. Instant Ramen. It's an artifact. When this enters, I draw a card. All right, let's play some Instant Ramen. Look, it's an artifact that replaces itself, and you know, I have like a mild artifact synergy theme thing going. Let's see, Cycling Town or Lunatic Pandora. I'm gonna try. Look, I'm gonna just take the artifact and just see what happens. I'm not playing the Golbez here. I don't have enough mana fixing. All right, here we have Aerith Rescue Mission, which doesn't do anything here, and a Travel the Overworld, which is also extremely slow. But Lab Maniac also doesn't do anything. Yikes. All right, I guess I'll take the Rescue Mission. Take another Ramen. Do I even have artifact synergies? Like, what do I have? I mean, I can get Ramen with the Moogle. This is the deck. 8 creatures. Uh-oh. Okay, well, keep in mind, these are creatures, so that's 10. Oh, Minwu Table. There you go. Bards. Oh, I'll take Ether. What do you do? Okay, it copies spells. Look, this is just the classic example of not all of your decks can be hits, okay? Not all of your decks can be hits, but you know what? We're going to try our best. I want to try this Pandora. It's a removal spell. It's also an artifact for the battlefield. Let's see. Although I kind of do need to cut a card, and I have like way too many... I have way too many spells. And like these aura sites, like what am I even ramping into? It's kind of sketchy. Also, the merchant is not particularly good. So I could even see cutting that. Also, although I will say, let's see, what is this? 8 creatures, 7 creatures, but this is a creature that's 9. 7, 8 rather, 9 creatures. And then this is also a creature that's 10 creatures. That's still pretty low. Can probably play the Moogle and just cut a land, maybe. Just to have like another random flyer. I just want to keep my creature count like respectable. I think I can probably cut. We can cut one Ramen. Having a Ramen and a Pandora to be able to fetch with the Moogle seems kind of cool. So let's go with that. And 8 plains, 8 islands, but this replaces itself. Wall of Omens replaces itself, and also the Moogle can get us a plains. All right, let's give this a whirl. Don't think I love this deck, but we'll see how it plays out. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support this channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you for all your support, as it truly means a lot. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game and join an awesome community of folks also looking to up their limited game. All right, 2 plains. We got the Moogle and a Pandora here. We just drew the Steiner. Blue-black, Undercity Diarette. Okay. All right, the Moogle definitely not at its best right now. Ooh, no land for the opponent. Ooh, great. All right, let's play Gallicat. No attacks. Oh, another missed land drop? Wow. Let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to keep playing flyers. Alright, so they hit their 3rd land. Thieves' Knife. What does this do? So it's a 2/2 Ophidian. Okay. Lion Heart. Wow, that was a really good draw. So we get to play this. Kill the 2/2. And then we get to attack with the Gallicats. That's amazing. Wow. Alright. What does this do? This is that Death Touch creature that vamps. Okay. So we have access to White Aura Sight. I can equip, but that doesn't seem too strong. Honestly, White Aura Sight doesn't seem that bad here. Huh. Get that Death Touch creature out of here. They're at 7. We get some mana ramp here as well. And I can play the Moogle next turn for lethal. Okay, that's also fine. Ooh, Cloud? I have so many cool options. 3, 4, I have access to 5 mana. It seems like playing a Moogle is just best, though. So now I get to hit for 4. If they kill this, I can move the Lionheart onto the Moogle and they die. I mean, they just got mana screwed. Like, not much more to think about here. Rook turret, yep. And they're dead. Yeah. Sadly, this wasn't a real game, but we did get to do some artifact things. All right. 1-0. I'll still take it. We always take it. We always take those. All right. On the play here, I have 3 lands. I should lead with plains because I have Cloud in my deck. Always things you need to consider. Even turn 1, right? If you got a double white spell, lead with the plains. Double blue spell, lead with the island if you have 2 islands. Hopefully I can find a 2-mana play here. Magitech Infantry, alright. I've seen a lot of people do the Magitech Infantry thing. just beat downs, right? Like if they go turn 2 artifact, it's rough. If they don't, it's not particularly strong. I mean, they must have a 2-mana play here. Wow, that is a very good 2-mana play. This card's really solid. 2-mana, 1/1 double strike, Rummage, ETB. Like, that's just great. But I have a decent blocker here. The Kickcairn Merchant does a pretty good job of blocking. They discarded Haste Magic. Wow. That actually would have been pretty good here, too. At least against the Merchant. Like, I'm still just blocking and forcing a combat trick if they have it. Is red-white beats the answer? Is red-white beats busted? Could be. They're doing something. I remember when Horned Turtle was just like a playable card. 3-mana, 1/4. It wasn't good, but now it's like there's all this upside, and I think it's still just okay. Now, if this was an artifact creature, now we're talking. But it's a Town's Payoff. Okay, Paladin Arms. No attacks for you. But they get to keep rummaging. I mean, Glot is... or Gia... Wow. Yes, I'm going to say Guillote. Okay, we'll go with Guillote. Guillote is a nice one. All right, let's play the Moogle. And let's... Ooh, look at all these options. I'm going to get a White Mage's Staff. It's a 2/2. It blocks pretty well. Play a little offense and defense here. Next turn, we can go Steiner plus White Mage's Staff, and this would be a 3/2 lifelinker. Whoa, I did not... See, like, this doesn't seem like a very good card to play in your red-white deck, right? 2 mana, pay a life, and tap something? I mean, I guess it's okay. Alright, what do I want to do here? I can play Cloud Moogle. I mean, making a 2/5 seems really good. I think that's just going to do a really good job of blocking. Oh, I can make a 3/4. Or I can make a 4/3 and just start attacking. Alright, whatever. Let's make a 4/3. Alright, they have access to a lot of mana. Ooh, it's got haste? Oof. Ouch. You hit me very hard. Okay, should I hit them back really hard? Sure. Okay, I mean, they took a ton of damage. And they lost 2 things and they're at 8 life. Alright, let's play the Steiner. And then next turn we can play this. It'll be a 3/2 and we can add a counter. Ooh, Aerith Gainsborough. Put a count. When you gain life, put a counter. They don't have any way to gain life, though. Okay. Oh, White Aura Sight. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Probably should just exile the Hill Gigas. I just don't want to go... Like, I feel like the way I lose is through, like, some Hill Giga shenanigans. Oh, Cloud's nice. Oh, did I need to play that land? I don't know. Actually... Let me think. That's fine. This is fine. We're the aggressor here, and I want to just gain a bunch of life. Like, obviously this just trades, but that's okay. Alright, so they're at 5, I'm at 12. They have a Tapper, they have an Aerith. Our board's looking pretty good. White Aura Sight, I really like. Okay, it's a 4-3. Okay, I'll take that. Always loot, as they say. Oh, it's got lifelink. What am I doing? Yeah. It's fine. Wow, what a draw. What a draw. Okay, what do I want to do? I think we just pass. They take 1, then they take 3. Let's play Cloud. Let's get that 4 mana equipment. Yeah, Lionheart. Play the Staff. Okay. Hey, super happy about taking these White Aura Sights, by the way. They've been really solid. Okay, 2-0. With blue-white, I don't even, like, it's kind of artifacts, kind of not, just blue-white cards. But they are seemingly working well enough at least. Well enough at least. Alright, on the play, 1 lander with the Moogle. Yeah, I guess we're mulliganing this. Alright, 3 lander. We'll keep this. See, let's see, 2-drop. There's a Dreams of Laguna. Man, this hand is really good. I think I'd rather just have a more aggressive start. Wow, that's a good start. This is Theo. I'm actually playing against the pro here. But it's all good. Because without the G, he's losing a lot of his power. Okay? We'll go with that. I think they have a removal spell. But no, whatever. Let's play the cat. If he's got a syncopate, he's got a syncopate. Huh. Waited on the removal there. Interesting. Okay. The rat. Oh, no land. Alright, so let's play combat tutorial. Target. Boom. 2/4 vigilance cat. Drew a land. That's great. Ooh, that's a good card. Alright. Dimir Control. They're gonna take the cornered by whatever. This was like the best memories returning ever. Oh well. Whatever. Usually they need more black, so let's bottom the swamp, I guess. Alright. Nothing to copy. What is this? I have to sacrifice a creature? Okay, let's play Cloud. And then I guess I'll just take a white mage's staff. honestly, if this dies, it's not even a big deal, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna play Gaelic Cat. Hopefully we draw another artifact here. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. So they're keeping up 5 mana here. Oh, that's always rough. I mean, they probably have a counterspell. Okay. That's fine. They take 1. Let's play the Moogle. Now what do I get? So I have 3 options. Instant Ramen, Monk's Fist, and Lunatic Patrol. Let's take the Pandora. Just lets me kill anything. I have 5 lands already. The nice thing is, if White Auracite resolves, Blue-Black usually has a tough time dealing with that. But they need to play like a worthwhile creature. You know what I mean? They're playing all they're playing all bad cards. Why? Why do you do this? Not bad cards. They have great cards. They're not playing any creature worthy of a removal spell for me. Maybe I should have gotten a 4-mana equipment that shocks something. I don't know. Like, the longer this game goes, the worse it becomes for me, so I do need to be aggressive. Realm sketching, Sages, Nolith, okay. Wow, they are really... okay. Oh, okay, so they get to transform this into an 8/8? Sure, okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so now they take 6 damage in the air. Alright. So we still just have a really good board. I don't know if there's like a Wrath or something. That would obviously be very good. They have infinite action, I will say. Infinite action. But at least the Edict effect doesn't do much here. I can just sack the Cloud. Or the token, even. And I have a Lunatic Pandora if they just try to play something. Like, the thing is, what I don't want them to do is, like, kill my flyers. Right? Because if they kill my flyers, then it's just... like, I just don't have that much action. Copying the Moogle is also really interesting, right? That just gives me a lot of value. So that could have been something to... that could be something to consider. Especially because I don't need to copy the Auracite just because I have a Pandora to kill something, right? So that is also in the cards. All right, Sephiroth's Intervention, sure. Wow, double removal. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was concerned about, absolutely. So 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Yeah, them killing both of my things was so brutal. 4 cards in hand. I'll keep the land in my hand, and then I'm going to start surveilling here with the Pandora. I have access to so much mana at this point. Okay. I do think, by the way, blue-black control is a really, really strong archetype, and I do want to draft it at some point. Lots of removal, lots of card draw. The important thing, though, is just to make sure you can find something to win the game with. Oh my gosh! It targets any graveyard? Wow! These effects have always been your own graveyard. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Surveil 1. That's funny. Boom. All right, they're at 3 life. They have 1,000,000 action cards. I should full control this or stop by my upkeep for the Pandora. Sack Cloud. So many cards in hand. Okay, so they get a 5/5 here as well. Which I might just want to kill, honestly. Because if I draw a removal spell, I just win. So yeah, let's just kill the 5/5. So then they have to chump there. Okay. We'll play Monk Fist. And then end the turn. All right, well, they're at 3 life. I have 2 lethal attackers. Oh, do they have a land? They do. Oh, and they don't need a land. My bad. Okay, well, that's not great. Okay, so this was not a bad draw. Put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric I control. Is this a cleric? Okay, that is a cleric. Let's see. So I attack with this. I gain a life. This becomes a 5/4. If I move this over, this is a 2/2. It becomes a 3/3. So 5/4 or 6/5 doesn't really matter. Okay, so he's going to block with the 5/5, sure. And then how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Oh, so I can do everything. Okay. All right, they're digging. They are digging. I might want to put the Lionheart onto the creature on the left. What have they been? Side quest Hunt the Mark. Okay, so they found an interactive spell. Undercity Dire Rat. Okay. Interesting. They're at 3 life. So this becomes a 5/5. Okay. Did they have to individually block both? Okay, that's good for me. All right, Minwoo was a really good draw. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we're at 31. They're at 3. We have 2 lethal attackers. And, you know, they have a lot of mana, obviously, and they have a 9 mana spell that they can use to get something back. But they only have access to 3 mana. So let's see what they hit. Eject, Lock Coal, Ultimecia. All right. They're going to take Lock Coal, because that's the one they can play. Woo! 1, we beat a really good player. 2, we were able to grind through all their value. Did I get lucky draws? Absolutely. But I still think we also did a pretty good job of navigating and, you know, playing our spells, getting maximum value out of all of our little dinky creatures as well. Cool. That was fun. That life gain thing actually mattered. All right, on the play here, what is this? Oh, okay, it's a Wall of Omens, so I will keep. 2 planes on the play with a Wall of Omens and an instant ramen. I never thought in my years playing Magic that I would say cast instant ramen. It's not something that I expected. Ramen? All right. This deck, this hand at least, does a lot of wheel spinning. All right, let's play a Wall of Omens. Or Imperial City of Arcades. And the next turn, okay, we drew the island. That was really good. So now we can play the Merchant. Man, look, 8 toughness on the battlefield. How can they even consider thinking of attacking us? How? All right, playing against another Dimir control deck. I mean, at some point I'll have to attack, I guess. Whoa, what is this? Crom. 5 mana, 4/4 flying haste, and Hectize in the... Wow, okay. Their hand must be really good. Oh. Let's cast Dreams of Laguna. I'll keep a 5-drop. Let's attack. 1 damage at a time. Get instant ramen on the battlefield. Oh, I forgot. I didn't even think about this combo. Should I be playing both ramen? I don't think so. But the problem is there's just like not enough clerics. Other than the cleric equipment, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, I guess black-white historically has a lot of the clerics, but I don't know enough about the format yet just to definitively know that. All right, Dreams of Laguna. I will say, with Dreams of Laguna and the 1 black spell, I mean, you can go a little bit overboard. I don't know why they made 2 cards that are so similar at common, but like you can go really overboard with just like the card draw nonsense. You got to be careful though. You might have too much do nothing. Too much do nothing is definitely an issue. Is this a cleric? No. Why would I think it's a cleric? It's obviously a Moogle. If they kill it, they kill it. That's the thing. I mean, look at this card. It's like, it's kind of underwhelming, right? I mean, if I put a counter on it with the Moogle, it's pretty nice. But they're blue-black, so it's pretty easy for them to be able to kill this. So I don't want to like put all my counters on the Minwoo. But yeah, I mean, next turn, it makes a lot of sense to play the Moogle. Unless they play some creature I have to kill. I'm assuming Minwoo is going to die. And then we can just go like Moogle, the Merchant. What is this? Sacrifices a non-token creature of their Okay. Well, that was pretty bad. All right. I guess we'll pump the merchant. Spread the love a little bit. And then now we have, I mean, we have 2 removal spells here. Oh! Summon Leviathan. Well, that's one way to stabilize. Wow, my mana is so awkward. They even draw a card? This card is ridiculous. I guess I just tap it down. All right. Presumably, they don't have other Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, or Octopi. Presumably. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They copied it! They copied it! Oh, I can bounce it though. Okay, I can bounce it. Holy cow. Try to use our mana. Okay. 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 We at least dealt with that nonsense, but we're not putting that much pressure on them, and they're at 13 life with a lot of card draw. What is this? Sir Conrad, 5/4? Okay. Each player mills a card. Okay. What does this do? Whenever a creature dies or a creature's put into it. Okay, sure. I see, I see. 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. This card doesn't seem that threatening. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. I played the land. I have this looter, but like I just have a lot to do with my mana. So I think playing the land is good. All right, Dreams of Laguna. They kept Emmett Selch. Okay, they loot. How many cards? If there are 14 or more cards in graveyard. Wow, okay. They're at 13 life. How many cards do I have left? 21. All right, we'll loot. Oh. That's interesting. Ooh, Cloud? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that gets us the Cleric thing that gains us life. I can also gain life with the instant ramen. So 2, 4, 6. I think I should put this on top. They have to decide if they want it or not. I just felt like the Lunatic Pandora was just too expensive. But, I mean, the Moogle's also expensive, so it's kind of close, right? So they chose not to keep it on top. Let's attack. Oh, I messed up! I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. Oh well. I should have played the other equipment too. Oh well. Yeah, I messed that up. Oh well. Yeah. Because then that would have been a 3-3. Okay. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Really? How many rares do you have? 1, 2, 3 at least? 4? Is this a rare? That's gotta be a rare. 4 rares? Oof. Menace, Lifelink, Haste. What on earth am I supposed to do to that card? Did I discard a card? Wait, what happened to this card? Oh, Hectize. Dear Lord. That doesn't seem fair at all. I don't even know what to do. This is so brutal. All right, I mean, they're at 9. They just get his demon every turn. Like, there's not much I can do to that, right? Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have looked for the Aura Sight card. I don't know if that's better or not, but I only get to look at 2 cards. That's the problem. I mean, this is a really cool Dimir control deck for what it's worth. And there's like infinite creatures in the graveyard, right? Yeah. I mean, they played an 8 mana card, so you get 8 mana value for sure. 8 mana worth of value. No way. Alright. Wait, it gets haste? Okay, sure. Oh! Well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. I don't think I have lethal, but the problem is they have this thing. This thing can just kill me as well, but I feel like I have to kill the Arden. It just lets them race me, too. Hmm. All right. Oh, okay. I mean, their deck is awesome. Grixis control, I guess. Like they have clones, double clone. Yeah, just a bunch of really premium cards. They're going to gain 10 life this turn. Like, how on earth am I outracing this? They even had the answer, which is really unfortunate. But we tried our best with our scrappy blue-white deck, right? We tried our best. Like I said, I didn't love my deck, and the fact that we're 3-1 here, pretty happy. Pretty happy, all things considered. I'm going to concede this one. I think I just can't win. They're going to get another 5/5 lifelink token, 2 5/5 lifelink tokens, and they have the ability to take extra turns. So it is what it is. All right, I think I have time. We can do one more match here. Let's try to get 4 wins here. I want to keep my videos to around at least about an hour worth of content each video. So let's try to do one more match here, unless this thing ends in like 3 seconds, and see how this one goes. 4-1. 4-1 would be pretty good. Honestly, I thought I was doing okay there, but my opponent had other plans. Okay, 3 islands, but we do have the lunar whale, and I'm really I really want to try it out. So, all right, let's lead. Okay, we drew the planes right away, so now our hand's actually great. Monk Fist, okay. I see your Monk Fist and play my own Monk Fist. I don't think I should trade there. All right, opponent on red-white. Yalicat, okay. Actually curious which one I go with. The thing is, like with this, it kind of forces them to have something, and if they don't, I get to go off, right? Neither of these are equipment, they're vehicle. I mean, to be fair, Magitech Armor is a pretty good attacker. No, we'll go with the whale. Ooh. White Auracite is nice. Now, like, obviously, if they have Suplex or White Auracite, that would not be great. So the argument for not playing it is, like, maybe the Magitech Armor will eat up one of those removal spells. We'll see. I'm hoping if they have a removal spell that it's a White Auracite. A Freya does not do anything. Okay. You know what? Good for me. Good for me. They can't even attack me. All right, what do we got? Instant ramen. Okay. Okay, let's play instant ramen. No, I wanted to play that land. Okay, we'll play the land. And then now we'll play this. And target me. And put a counter on the Steiner. Okay, drew some more lands. There's a Moogle. Alright, you know what? That was a good turn. We drew like a million cards. Oh, they did have a suplex. Okay. If they play an artifact, it's a lot of damage. Okay, okay. It's a lot of damage. Okay, that is a land. But I am at 11 life. I am at 11 life, so I do need to be mindful of that. They have 2 cards left in hand. The issue here is I can't double spell with the white Auracite. 4, 1, 2, 3. So I wonder if I should just play a Cloudbound Moogle. I'm at 11 life. And just target itself, and then that gives me 2 good blockers. Or I can play Delivery Moogle and sack Instant Ramen. Yeah, actually I like that better. Actually, hold on. Do I just want... Play that. Do I want to sack Instant Ramen, or... Actually, I'm just going to play this. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, we are firmly in just like trying to stabilize mode. Granted, they missed a land drop, so you know they have a bunch of action. I take 2 damage off of the Barret. Oh, it has to attack. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't do anything. Really? Am I missing something? This attack seems very bad. Does this thing fly? It does, right? Okay. Okay, so let's block, block, block. Okay, yeah. I can confirm that was not an ideal attack. Can confirm. Again, just trying to stabilize here. Let's get Barret off the board. Play a Magitech Armor. And chill. Cloud, okay. What can you get with Cloud? I mean, the way I look at it is like, once I'm fully stabilized, then I can start attacking, right? So now I have access to 9 mana, so I can really go off with the Lunar Well. I even have a shuffle with the Moogle. White Mage's Staff with the Cloud. Okay, that's fine. Nothing too special. And they have no cards in hand, so yeah, this is looking super good for us. All we need to do now is attack with the Whale and get our value. Oh, we have another shuffle effect with the Cloud, too. Whew. Whew. It's so fun going off with the Lunar Whale. I'm glad that I can at least do it once. You know what I mean? What do we have on top? Could be anything. Island? Yeah! Oh man, that was so sweet. Lunar Whale. When you get to go off with Lunar Whale, it is the most fun thing in the world. All right, well there you have it, folks. I wasn't super thrilled with this deck going in, but we went 4-1. So I'll consider that a success. So let's go over the cards and talk about why this worked and you know, what made this actually function the way that it did. All right, well, number one, Lunar Whale is busted. Only got to go off once with it, but man, this thing, it's just, the thing, look, it's a 4-mana 3/5 flyer. Cruel 1 is so cheap to the point where this thing also just kind of blocks everything really well, and it's really hard to kill. And once you go off with it, it's really, really nice. I was pretty impressed with White Aura side, but I will say it is pretty expensive for a removal effect that is temporary, because especially in a best of 3 setting, I think this card gets a lot worse because people can board in ways to kill this thing, and then leaning on a 4-mana temporary removal spell is not ideal. But the mana that you get from this is not irrelevant, and in blue-white, I still think it's a solid card to play. Very, very solid. Realm Sketching did a lot of, we saw this do a lot of work on both sides. It's just clone, but better, right? Just because you can just clone anything that's in play. You can clone an artifact, and so I do think Realm Sketching is quite nice. I think this is a very, very solid pickup for most decks. The Minwu was, it was like okay. Like, it worked with instant ramen and white mage staff, but I don't think this is like a particularly strong bomb unless you can find unless you have like many white mage staffs in your deck or other clerics. Like it's just the turn you play it, if you don't have any other clerics in play, it's really bad. It's really underwhelming. So there's that. Delivery Moogle is just awesome. 4 mana for a 3/2 flyer that draws you a card is just great. And this deck had 4 targets, so really, really liked that. Cloud was just solid value as well. It's kind of like a Moogle, right? Just 2 mana, 2/1. As long as you have like 3 or 4 equipment in your deck, this thing's just going to be awesome. I don't think the trigger is going to happen too much. Like, it doesn't happen that often. I guess it works with the white mage's staff. You get to gain an extra life. In most instances, that's not particularly strong, but being able to fetch Lionheart was also pretty nice. This card, better than expected, just because, like, the 2 mana is pretty cheap equip cost for +2/+1, and then when you play, you still get some value out of that. Combat Tutorial was fine. Certainly much better in these types of decks that actually have access to 2-drops to put counters on, so I did like that as well. Not the biggest fan of Lunatic Pandora. I just played it because I didn't have enough playables, and I had a Moogle to search for it. Sleep Magic is fantastic. This is, there's always the memes. Luis always does the blue swords to plowshares. Well, this is literally blue swords to plowshares for the most part. So the Sleep Magic is fantastic. Take it pretty highly. 1 mana is so efficient. What else? Adalbert Steiner. I think this card is much, much better in red-white. There's many, many more equipment that you can have. But honestly, I mean, if you play 1 equipment, having this be a 3/2 lifelinker is obviously great. I don't think it's busted. Like, there are instances where it can be really solid, but it's a fine 2-drop. If you need 2-drops, you take it. You don't have to take it super duper highly, though, I don't think. The Merchant's pretty bad. I played it as filler once again. Look, and that's the thing. This deck had a lot of filler level cards, but we still managed to get there 4-1. Of course, everybody else is trying to figure out how this format works, but we managed to piece together enough synergy and enough interaction to be able to get to 4 wins. And the one loss that we had to was a really, really good control deck with really great top end. And we were, like that demon thing that makes 5/5 lifelinkers with haste is obviously ridiculous if you can survive to it. I think Dimir Control is a deck I really want to try out just because you have no shortage of ways to draw cards in that deck. A lot of good removal. The important thing is to find ways to close out the game. So you need the uncommons and the rares. If not, it's going to be tough to close out games. But if you can, I do think it's going to be another sweet deck that you can draft as well. So there you have it, folks. This was a blue-white deck. It's like kind of artifacts, kind of not. It wasn't kind of all in. We didn't have a gazillion artifact payoffs. We had like 2 Galacats. But even then, just having good interaction, right? Just having good interaction, lots of value, some card draw effects was enough to get it done this time around. And Lunar Whale, whew, that was an impressive one. All right. 2 drafts down, many more drafts to go. Really excited. I've been having a lot of fun so far. This is that exploratory phase where you just kind of want to try every single archetype and see where this goes. We've done blue-white. We've seen what the black-white deck can do in sealed. And we've also done the blue-red spells deck. What's next? What's next? We'll see. But that'll be, of course, in tomorrow's draft video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I really believe is a great place to up your limited game. There's players of all levels in the Discord. Everybody's super helpful. So if you want to join an awesome, friendly community of folks trying to help each other get better at draft, the Patreon is the best way to do so. Also, go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you need booster boxes of Final Fantasy or singles for your constructed decks, check them out. Hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. You want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, everything you need for your next local tabletop event. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.